Man, I'm on this 303 baby timing, man. Hey, yo, Thriller, man, what we doing, gang? Hunters coming and make sure that paper going all around. I ain't trying to hit, I know these.
And welcome to the National Meat Treasure Podcast with your host, Sasha, aka Naruto. I'm back in my anime bag, folks. It's the winter. I'm in the fuck side. I'm trying to binge as much anime as I possibly can. And you should too, because, I mean, most of our listeners are East Coast, and it is going to be -1 degrees. Oh, well, in Detroit, I think the low for this weekend is -9. I think for New York, it's 0 or -1.
That's not cool, bro.
I heard some shit about 8 degrees, so real feel will be something ungodly. I'm not with it.
Yeah, no, absolutely not going outside, not doing anything. I'm already prepared to be bundled the fuck up.
I love it. And I'm glad that you went with Naruto because we were just talking about it. And we'll go with something different for Christian today. I was watching Naruto over the weekend, and how hard does that theme song go? The Asian Kung Fu generation, like that thing just goes stupidly hard for no reason. And I was like, literally just kept playing an opening for like 20 minutes. It was like, da-na, 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 na-na, na-na.
I'm gonna keep it honest, bro. I'm not a real weeb, bro. I skip intros. I skip intros pretty often. I know the main ones.
You don't like J-Rock? You don't like J-Rock?
I mean, listen, I'm all about ROI, man, return on investment, and that's those. If you're binging something, you're already 6 hours deep in an anime hole. You gotta, if you skip those intros, you might cram in 2 more episodes, 3 more episodes every time.
Yeah, but you gotta
skip those intros and outros.
Some songs are unskippable.
Nothing's gonna bust like the Yu Yu Hakusho theme. Nothing busts like the Yu Yu Hakusho theme.
Yeah, no,
in a faceless town, in a touch of crown, I need to hear the touch of a friend.
Oh, that's a clip. That's a whole clip right there.
Yeah, that shit is so hard. Wait, hold on. We're talking about hardback anime openings. Evangelion. How did we like Neo Genesis? That shit goes wild hard. Ugh.
I actually meant to binge that like years ago. Also, introduce yourself, Joseph.
Sorry, Joseph.
From the 3, aka Joey from NMT. You know what it is.
The Cruel Angel.
Love to see it. But speaking of this cold, it's that time of the year, boys. It took a while this year, but it's happened once again. Winter depression is settling in, my boy. It took a while. Usually it hits me right in December, right? But it's been, global warming. It's been about in the 40s, 30s in Detroit. I could still stay alive. I could still go outside in a hoodie if I'm going a short distance, but okay. It dropped about 6 degrees, 7 degrees. I think it was about 18 yesterday. Chicago was like 12, and you know what's crazy about the seasonal depression? It's not even the weather that does it to you. Like, just something in your brain. Because what happened was, it's crazy, right? Like, in December, Michigan is a big overcast state. There was, like, no sun between, like, November and, like, January. And I was doing bad, but it wasn't, like, seasonal depression bad. It was, like, different, I was still up, still keeping my gym schedule, keeping my diet. Like, I just felt a little slower, a little lower, right? But this last couple of days, this last week, I just haven't wanted to cook at all. I've been eating out, like, and I'm just like, damn, like, what's wrong with me? Like, am I just getting sick of the food I eat? Like, what's going on? And I'm like, oh, wait, it's here. It's here. It's starting to change my patterns now. Like, usually, like, I'll do cardio. So I go to the gym Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And some of those days I'll do cardio, some I don't. But, like, I typically like to get a cardio in just to get my brain moving Mondays and Tuesdays. And let me tell you, I just couldn't. Nothing in my body wanted to do it. And you guys know I love the gym, but like nothing in my body could do it. And I was like, what's going on with me? And I was like, oh, it's here. It's old Jack Frost.
Old reliable.
Chipping away at my fucking brain.
Yeah, it doesn't really have to do much with the weather. I think it's just also a few different things, like at the same time, like the fact that there isn't sunlight, that we have less daytime. The weather doesn't make it easier, and then people getting sick around you. Like, I live around little kids who are biological weapons, and it is like miserable. Like when you like get like an illness out of the house, like everyone's got the flu and it finally leaves, and then my son goes back to class and brings back something new, and we're all sick again like 3 days later. That's like a misery thing. Like you just start looking at each other. Knock on wood though, no one's been sick for like 2-3 weeks, and I'm gonna keep it that way. We keep it that way. Jackson's going to school in a bubble.
Can you actually do that?
I'm joking. Bubble Boy.
Would they allow that?
Do you remember Bubble Boy? How wildly offensive was Bubble Boy? It was.
I don't remember that movie too much, but here's the thing about movies: you can't. You just have to let movies live in your mind from that era and not let. It was already offensive. You can't revisit. It was supposed to be. You just can't do it.
But I mean, what about the things that deem and want to be offensive? Like I'm just commenting on how offensive it is because it really meant to be. Like they make this guy like every typical stereotype of somebody who has special needs in any sense of the way. They like check every box. Like, oh, he can't do his hair. He can't like fucking bathe himself. He smells like shit. He's got like terrible hair. He's greasy and he's stupid. And it's just like, damn, like poor guy. But Bubble Boy, I'm gonna make my son Bubble Boy. Let's hope. And you know what'd be cool? Only because if I really get like angry at him, I can do like like I could punt him. And like, you ever seen those balls that like people like get in? Like they're I could be one of those joints. Like just a.
Let's hope nobody from CPS is listening. All right.
It was mad funny.
I don't remember it being that funny. Actually, I thought it was weird looking though. Who was in it? Who was in Bubble Boy? Was that Jake Gyllenhaal?
There's like an original. Yeah, I think it was Jake Gyllenhaal. But there's
and then there's the one with what's his name? Shit! Don't say it. It is John Travolta.
Wasn't the original one like supposed to be serious?
Yeah,
it is. It is. And it's like it is way more serious.
You know what movie that was? Do you remember like
Elephant Man? Remember that?
This is a real niche. But do you remember when like What's Eating Gilbert Grape came out, and then like a year later people revisited and they were like, did Leonardo DiCaprio just pretend to be mentally disabled for 2 hours?
Yeah,
like,
no,
let that happen?
No. Hold on. It wasn't 2 hours. What we saw was 2 hours. That shit was months of him acting like someone. Like it probably was years of his life that he took off. And like, even if he's like slightly method, which I think he is, can you imagine him just following around people with special needs and folks with Down syndrome and just hanging out with them and just like, I want to know like what your everyday life is like. You know what? What's Eating Gilbert Grape? I don't know. I have no idea. Who's Gilbert in that situation? Is he Gilbert?
I never saw the movie. Brother? I just saw like I saw the clips when I was like, when did that movie come out? When I was like 12, 13. And I was like, this is not look like something I want to watch. But I did see a take. Not.
There's a fat mom who can't move. Like,
I also never watched Precious. Speaking of fat moms. I really try to avoid human suffering.
I've not seen Precious.
That's a good movie. Okay, listen. It is 100% about human suffering, but it's the human condition under human suffering. Like, it's like what people can do. And because, it's a terrible story. There's no happiness really. I mean, the happiness you get is probably, what the artist got out of it, being able to tell this story. And, because it was a black director and he like hired black actors and hired somebody who was obviously not traditionally gonna be on any kind of movie. Like, I mean, if Precious was made in 1992, they would have put like Halle Berry in Precious's role and just try to make you sympathize with this poor girl that's running away with a bucket of chicken, because that shit was listen, that was one of the best scenes only because like it felt so genuine. Like she just like grabbed the bucket of chicken and ran for that fucking door. I can imagine the direction. They're like, listen, literally run at that door like fuck a lock. Like just go through that motherfucker. Go through that motherfucker with the bucket. Like she's like, go. I was like, I have seen that before. I mean, definitely seen that somewhere before.
We've all been there. We've all sprint while carting fried foods before. I feel like that's an American dream, really.
Yeah.
While you're stealing fried food,
A rite of
absolutely.
passage. It was a
Yeah,
rite of passage.
definitely. I mean,
I'm stealing half the time. So, I mean, sometimes it's fried food. Sometimes it's, batteries, whatever I need that day.
do you guys have now? Question, as not as anybody who's going to release information from current times allegedly, but when you were younger, like a kid, under 12, 13 maybe, did you guys have sticky fingers too?
No, not me.
No,
I didn't pay for anything, so I stole as an adult.
Okay, so I did.
You know how pure I was.
A lot.
Do you know how pure I was, bro? So I went to Hillcrest High School, right? Queens, New York. And it's at the top of a hill, obviously from the name. At the bottom of a hill, there was a corner store. And they have this it was like a really tiny store. It was like a third the size of this apartment. It might as well have been a closet. And I remember after school, like our school let out, Jamaica let out, and there was like a Gateway let out across the
Jesus
street.
Christ.
And there was like a middle school, maybe like
none of those schools are good. For you folks out there, none of them. Not one.
Yeah, and then there was another school, like a middle school, like a quarter of a mile away or a quarter of a block down. They all let out at the same time. When I tell you this, every day all these schools converged and they just bum rushed this store and took everything. There's no way it's still there.
I believe it. I believe it. And
it would only take a solid, I would say if there was 15 people in that store at any given time, it was packed wall to wall. So kids would just rush in there, just cram their book bags, and it'd just be Indian dudes screaming, get out, what are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, that was racist, but they just, I don't know, there's no way they're still
the Indian community.
I am so tempted. In fact, the next time I go to New York, I'm going to see if that store is still there, because I don't even understand how the fuck it would even stay open. And what they would do too is by the door, they had like a case of candy that was like open. So like it was like a shoe rack, but of candies, and it was like open. So you can just shove your hand in, open a little thing, grab a bunch of mints, the bottom one, bunch of Jolly Ranchers, and the other one, bunch of fucking sour candies, whatever. And kids would just ransack that place every single day for the entirety of the time that I was in high school. I didn't know. I was like, I did not. I was pure. I just never.
High school's a little different, right? Because like there's consequences definitely at that point. But, I can distinctly remember, being caught. I got caught twice in my entire life. And the first time, I believe, was at Caldor. And I'm dating myself just by saying that name.
That's wild.
Yeah. So Caldor, for those of you who don't know, was like kind of the blueprint for Target. Like it was exactly what Target ended up being. The type of department store, but this was like a very traditional department store from the 90s. So there was like multiple floors and, all kinds of nonsense. But I remember vividly, and like, it must be like one of those moments when you just like, as a human being, when like consciousness just kind of like keeps slipping in and out, you're like all of a sudden, a cognitive like human. And I remember looking at the toy aisle, and the Power Rangers had came out. Bandai or whoever owned the toy line came out with this toy for Power Rangers, and it was like Beyblades, like basically just spinning tops with like metal attachments on it, and it was like like two sets. It was the Red Ranger and the White Ranger. I went nuts. Like I saw them, I kept asking my mom. Obviously, my mom just like was like, "Fuck off! Like, are you stupid? I'm not gonna buy that." Like, and I think I just had enough. I think I just literally had enough. I tucked away, opened a package, dumb idea, right? Like I didn't know that there was some kind of camera, and stuffed it in my pocket and tried to walk out. Boy, they caught me so hard. They just
I love how you're like, I had enough of not having spinning Power Rangers. I was like, how old were you at this point?
Being said,
enough of living my life.
I think I was like 7 or 8. Like I was just I was
7 or
I
8.
didn't
That
have
might
enough
be like the
reason.
worst thing happening to you. But I'm thinking you're like 13. I'm like, bro.
Oh no,
what-
no, 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 no! I said before 13. Before 13. Like before, it's like, you know, inexcusable. Like it's just one of those. Like I was very much just like a little kid who just didn't understand the transaction and being told no, and I was like, I'll go get it. And that time, I remember like shitting like a full brick like under me because my stomach is just in knots. My mom is like embarrassed as hell, and I'm just like, oh god, like she's like, I'm gonna get like, this will be the last day that anyone ever sees me as a alive. I will be murdered when I get home. And I didn't learn my lesson. I did it again, but this time it was at the local Walgreens. I did it at the local Walgreens, which is a bad move. And they were kind of nice to me. They just like said, "Kid, put it back. Like, what are you doing? Like, go home." And I was like, "Okay." And my mom didn't catch me that time, or no, she did catch me, but because there was no consequence, she was like, "All right, like it's fine. You probably like were scared enough." I was like, "Yes." Like just ran, and I didn't do it. I genuinely like didn't do anything like that again. But I did allegedly see a very expensive pack of batteries and didn't remember to scan them. So allegedly,
I really like would love a tally of things I quote unquote didn't remember to scan and see how much money I've saved over the course of self checkout being a thing.
Have you?
It's got to be like a cool $400 at this point,
bro. You want to know something? I have one of those doorbells, like it's a Ring camera, and it's battery powered, but they only take these specific types of batteries, right? It's like lithium batteries that
so like
are
all
disposable.
Batteries?
No, they're disposable now. Like it's like the regular like it looks like an alkaline battery, but it's actually lithium. So that's not common. Those fuckers go for like $20 for 4. And I don't feel like I need to spend that. I don't know about that. Like, I feel like I should have been provided free batteries for life. Like, I don't understand why I have to keep buying these fucking batteries.
I don't understand why you have a Ring camera. Who's going to steal your shit? The ghosts?
There's still people that come through here. Plus, there's incidents that happen.
I'm sorry. You are an insane person if you are stealing in the woods of Pennsylvania. Like, what kind of vagrant is walking past your house looking for Amazon boxes?
Can you stop pretending like there isn't like a weird drug problem all throughout Pennsylvania? Like people aren't on heroin and on barbiturates and pills.
Okay.
And
Yes. Here's my thing. I understand that, but like
they literally
anywhere,
found needles at my son's bus stop. Like it's not
at the bus stop amongst the people. You know what I mean?
a minute down the road, like literally.
That could have been for insulin. The drugs are in the city, baby.
You know what? You're right, because everyone that has diabetes is definitely taking insulin in emergency cases and then throwing the needles with no care, because that's just
you never had a bunch of needles. You never just had a bunch of needles fall out of your back pocket, dog?
Definitely, because I'm a hitchhiker that people definitely tell like urban legends about. The guy with the bag of needles, like who just deposits them in. Like, okay, on urban legends and needles. This is how the segue happens. Who the fuck started that rumor about gas pumps having needles inside of them?
I've never heard this rumor. Can you elaborate?
Yeah.
Okay, so there was this like a rumor for a while that somebody was sticking needles in the handle of the gas pump. So when you would go to squeeze the pump, you would get a needle prick in you. And then there was like the urban legend was that, you know, because obviously a sign of the times, people were so worried that they thought it was AIDS that was in it, and that these were tainted needles, and people were accidentally, you know, sticking themselves with it at the gas station. I don't know who started that, but that was definitely a guy who was on the down low, who was like, "Baby, I don't know, it's these gas pumps. I didn't do anything." Like,
well, you'll all be happy to know AIDS dies on air contact. So I think that's true.
It was
Google that before you fact check me, but I'm pretty sure you can't just have blood chilling in
blood. Yeah, no, you can. You can have it if it's dark enough. It's sun and light and air kill it. But in those instances, yeah, you can. Why do you think they were so weird about like fucking tattoo needles and fucking tattoo ink? because tattooists were
Well,
like
'cause-
using the same cup of fucking ink for everybody, just like going back and forth. Yeah, I'm really safe. Wow, tattooing has come so far. Like it has become like such a nerd hobby nowadays. Like if it was anything like it was in the 90s, if it was like anything like the 90s, it would have been from some guy named Russ or Rusty or like Skull, like one of your coworkers, Sasha. Because
oh no, I work in corporate, baby.
no, I'm
work
talking
with
about
fucking-
I'm talking about Hawk and Nightingale, whoever you work with.
Oh, the new guys at the bar, the new security guards at the bar, Spider and Diablo.
Spider and Diablo.
I love them so much. I met them briefly, but just the fact that they have those names is wonderful to me. Absolutely wonderful.
So when are you going to take out the bats?
Speaking of urban legends, can we just settle an urban legend right now as 3 New Yorkers? Have you ever found needles, blades, drugs in your Halloween candy?
No.
Not in the Halloween candy. Definitely on Coney Island, though.
I'm saying specifically Halloween candy. Because I remember growing up with that rumor, and I was like, first of all, I got older and realized people are not giving away drugs for free. Unless I'm a hot girl. Which and then as far as the blades and chocolate, I'm gonna tell you this. I think I've told this before, but I lived in there was New York's filled with apartment buildings. So every year for Halloween, I would get 3 industrial garbage bags full of candy from just going on my block. I would do my building and then I would do the building next door and the building next door. And 3-4 hours passes and now I have maybe a good 200 pounds of fucking candy. So, and none of them had blades in them. So I think we could put that to rest.
You know where I think it came from, and this might be part of it, is the fact that you're old enough to remember, and I think Joey, you are too. Remember when candy was unwrapped? Like people were just given fucking shit they made at home.
I never got raw
I used to
candy.
remember getting popcorn. I used to get popcorn balls or apples or
I've seen
fucking
things like
pennies.
that. Yeah.
Like
People would make things for Halloween.
So
I
people
never
were
know. Well,
legit.
I definitely
of it,
did. There was one house in the neighborhood when I lived in Staten when I was a kid where this lady had homemade candy apples, but that was it was just her.
It's kind of fire though. I miss those people. I know
candy
they're all
apples
dead,
high key
but-
suck, bro.
Yes.
Okay, candy
do.
apple or caramel? Because I was thinking about caramel just now. You talking about the
And
red
let me say
hard candy?
this. And let me say this
Caramel's
about-
better, but, they're not that great.
Caramel is better. Still not that great. We share that opinion, Joe. But let's just be real here. If you're gonna bust out a candy apple, a caramel apple, you shouldn't bust it out on Halloween because now you're getting compared to fucking Nestle Crunch, Butterfinger, and all these fucking super hyper palatable bricks of sugar. A candy apple.
Candy apple
With market research.
A candy apple next to a fucking with market research. A candy apple next to a Reese's cup might as well be hot dog shit. A candy apple in
way too far.
on a nice a candy apple on a spring day might be nice. Just a random Tuesday in fucking May. Candy apple might bust, a little sweet, a little refreshing, but an October candy apple, especially one that's especially when that, cause that one lady, cause you know what's funny? I feel like every neighborhood in America in the 90s had one lady that did do candy apples in a neighborhood. And it's every kid had the same complaint of how they had to pretty much walk around with the fucking candy apple while carting candy.
Yeah.
Thrown out.
If they
Thrown
were
to the
nice,
wind.
they'd
I
wrap it
saw a
up
lot.
for you.
Sometimes they wrap it up, but sometimes you want to bite because you're 6. And then you're like, wait a second. I
put this back.
This is a bad move. I went completely wrong here.
You know what was always a bad move? You remember those big rainbow lollipops, the circle ones, those joints from childhood?
Yeah. I've never
those
had
were
one of
always
those.
those are a bad decision. I had
always
them as I
wanted
got
one,
older.
but I never had one.
No one finishes it. There's not a human who can just finish that lollipop. It's too big. It doesn't matter, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I've definitely had those. You give them 7 licks for the for the gram, even though the gram didn't exist then, but you give them 7 licks for the experience.
For the
and then you're like, I don't know what to do with it.
For the Zanga.
For the live journal pics.
For the Angel Fire page.
And then you have 7 licks, and then you stick it to your little brother's face.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, that's all that happens.
Or in a girl you like's hair.
That is also
No, that's kind of OG. Why OG do that?
I didn't do it, but that was the trope.
I never understood. Okay, so I know the trope exists because I've seen it, right? But why? Like, I think we're all sensitive men, and we like women, and I don't think any of us purposely just threw something at somebody to hopefully court them. Like, I don't understand. Like, oh, he
you know what?
teases you
Can we
'cause he
talk about
likes you.
that?
yeah. I never.
You know what? We need to be in the
Praise
we need to go, oh, that boy's
man
hitting you.
cute.
It's because he's mentally ill, sis. That
Yeah.
kid needs to get diagnosed. Like, it's not because he likes
now
you.
that's the case. Now that's the case. Like, you're not going to see anybody squaring up on like Little Georgie, that song. You remember, like, Georgie Porgy, like, you know, Chase stole the girl. Like, that ain't happening. Not 2023's lens. And if anything, the girls are squaring up on Georgie. And that's the real. That's where we come full circle. Because I'm ready to teach my daughter everything that it takes to take down any human being of any size. We're practicing judo today. I was tossing her. I was throwing her over my shoulder. She said, "Dad, stop." And I said, "Shut up. You're learning. It's okay." And it's okay. Now watch for this leg sweep. Like, sweeping a 2-year-old should be semi-legal. Not really legal, but, like, at least understand. Like, you should go to jail if your child gets hurt. Like, but, like, the bailiff has got to go, like, I would have done the same thing, too. Like,
I feel like everyone is that not like a normal adult experience? I feel like everyone's leg sweeped a baby at least once.
What?
That's just one case.
What baby
I'm sorry,
did you
but
leg
like,
sweep? Did you leg sweep
legs
your
are
own
just so
child,
sweepable.
or are you leg sweeping just people's children? Because the story can change drastically depending on your answer right now.
listen, I'm sorry, but like, it can't be just me. If you're around a familiar baby, a cousin, your child, does the urge to leg sweep not immediately kick in when you see them fucking wobbling?
Not leg sweep.
Come on, okay, you go tell me. Don't tell me. You've never been around like a baby cousin. You're in a carpeted area.
You're an evil
And you're
human
just
being.
like,
I think that's
and
what
just
you're
like,
finding out right now.
And you just sweep the.
You're unstable.
I know you're
You're
a human being.
unstable. You're
I've definitely,
unstable. You gothic
I
piece
for
of
sure
shit.
leg sweep. I for sure leg sweep like 3 babies in my life. I don't know who these babies were. They like it.
Babies?
They like it, dude. I'm telling you, go find a 2-year-old right now and let's
Yeah,
leg
because they
sweep them
can't
real quick on some
verbalize
carpet.
anything. Because they're
They
probably like,
giggle.
yeah, okay. You know what? That's just
Leg
a power
sweep-
dynamic that's being exploited, okay? She thinks
Listen.
you're the adult figure, and you just leg sweeped her. Did you leg sweep your own child? Like, allegedly?
Possibly.
Okay. Allegedly.
It's never been proven.
Okay, so I play. I'm the roughhouser, right? Like I 100% play super hard with the kids, but I throw them onto a pillowy bed. That's the difference. Like I literally will powerbomb the kids, like throw up like Last Ride, Undertaker style. You know, up like just like they'll fly. And it's the best thing in the world because they
hold on.
have the
I'm
best
a
time of
monster
life.
for leg sweeping on some carpet, and you are giving them a full power bomb.
On pillows and a pillowy bed.
So hold on, is it so you got the baby? Your
We
arms
got
fully
down
extended,
pillows.
elbows locked out. So your elbow. How long are your arms? So you got them a good like 6'5" in the air, and then you're just throwing them down.
Long arms. I don't got long arms, so yeah, probably. Like
I mean, you're 5'9" allegedly, and then your
5'8"
arms got to be like a
allegedly.
foot and a half.
I hope so. I have a bad shoulder that
bam.
can't go all the way up, so it's But yeah, no, full on. But I'm not just like having the urge to leg sweep babies. Like that's kind of buck wild. And you said 3, bro. I got 2 of my own. like where'd you find the extra one? Where'd you find the extra one? You don't even got 3. You got 1. So like, who's the like?
I've had young cousins before.
The twins. Oh, okay. I thought you were just like
Sometimes-
sweeping every
sometimes
white
you-
baby around you.
I'm telling you, boys especially. Boys love a good leg
Boys
sweep.
love that, bro. Boys love a good roughhouse. You know,
You know what's the worst thing about kids though? Like boys especially, you play fight with them for 47 seconds, and that's your life for 2 years. They just never stop. They never stop after that. They're your enemy now.
Jackson literally just headbutted me and my spine was fucked up for like a week, bro. Like he just like rhino charged me. I think it was just like, you know, the animalistic urge just to like usurp me. I think he just saw it. Like, bro, like I forget like these kids see everything. Cause like my love language, I smack my wife's ass like all the time. Like it's a good palm, like pow. Like, and my son, like, like it was like a couple weeks ago, sees her like, you know, she's like cleaning out the fridge and he smacks her ass. And I was like, dude, what the fuck? That's just, we're not doing that.
Like,
we're not that kind of family. This is weird. We're done immediately. But then I started laughing at myself. I was like, damn, like he really just sees me doing all this shit all day. Like,
yeah, you started laughing, then he grabbed you by the collar and said, "This is my bitch now." Then he gave you the leg sweep.
Ooh. Oh, he would give me the leg sweep. He would definitely sweep the leg. He has like little to no mercy. And he pretends that he loves me just the same as his mom, but there's no competition. I know it. Like he like literally just like looks at me as he's hugging Joni, just like. like what are you doing, bro? Like, why? Like, do you love me? And he's like, yeah, but I love mom right now. I was like, that's corny. That's really corny. That's really corny, bro. I'm going to your sister right now. It's really corny, my guy. That's, you know, my guy. It's really corny. And where's your sister? I'm gonna go talk to her for like, cause like. Damn, it is very, very different, and I don't know if that's just, you know, misogyny or anything, but it's just my daughter's attached to my hip, like compared to my son. Like she's like everywhere I go. Like she grabs my hand, she grabs my shirt, and she yanks me everywhere. She's like, "Dad, come look." Like she just puts like 3-word sentences, and it's like the funniest shit in the world. Because like I guess with Jackson, I didn't. I guess maybe I don't remember it as much, or because I wasn't around as much. Just like those when they start putting like 1 or 2 and then 3-word sentences, they just sound like a drunk person, like talking about what kind of food they want. Like, me want like milk, please, ma, dad, da. Like it is so good. I love that shit.
Yeah, they're feeding, so they have the energy to powerbomb you one day for vengeance.
I hope so. I hope they
What if
do
Lily
it into my
powerbombs you
grave.
before Jackson?
I don't care. I'm all about equality. What if she's a muscle mommy at one day? Like, you know what? Then, you know, I'm just going to let her be a muscle mommy. I'm going to like, you know what? It's 20. What is it? Like by that time, 2040? I don't know. 2040.
20.
You know what? If she power bombs,
you think she's going to be 23? No, she's going to be 14, bro. These kids are jacked nowadays.
You're right. She's going to be 18 with like the newest version of the new band TikTok. That is coming back as Talk Tick. Definitely not from China. Like, just to just to bring everyone together, whatever that is. Man, what a weird,
speaking
thing
of kids,
for TikTok.
I saw there's this like super old like drug PSA movie with Ben Affleck. Well, it's like a half-hour like after-school special with Ben Affleck from like the 90s about doing steroids. So it's like a whole thing where like Ben Affleck's on the football team. He's not like, you know, he's losing his edge. And then some guy in the locker room is just like, "I got this stuff for you, man." And then like fucking Ben Affleck is like super strong, but he's like roid raging and like destroys his whole room. And then his mom finds his stash. I would be so proud if I found steroids in my child's room. And I'd be like,
and if
"Who's
he was
your
actually
plug?"
rampaging, like that means you got a really good batch. Like you're a superhuman now. Let's go, son. You are now a superhero for hire. Beat that person up.
Dude, I had like a whole, so I called one of my boys the other day. So I'm trying to get a job as a personal trainer, another job, because capitalism's whooping my ass. And, you know, one of my boys, you know, Murno, He's been a personal trainer for like the last decade. And I was talking to him the other day, and he calls me. I messaged him on Instagram. I was like, so like, what's the industry like? And he just called me because he's not like a fucking Instagram person at all.
Yeah.
So he calls me and he's like, oh, I gotta get off the phone in like 10 minutes because I got some stuff to do, but like, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. We were on the phone for like an hour and a half, and like 30 minutes of that was talking about like if we should do steroids. We were just going in talking. Because the thing is, like, we grew up in the age of like, oh, if you do steroids, it's gonna shrink your balls and you're gonna be a madman. But that's really not the case, like, at all. And like, but like,
we
because it's been in my head for my whole life.
McGuire. That shit was ill. 300 fucking plus. Barry Bonds, bro. Like, those dudes were so jacked, and they literally looked like superheroes just walking out to a plate. They're like, do, bink. Like there was no better time in, like, that's just fun. Yes, steroids to everybody. I hope everyone gets big, and I hope, you'll all bludgeon each other.
I'll quit this podcast if I'm on steroids to just look at myself in the mirror and jerk off as a full-time job.
I would support that, at least. I hope so. You know what? I hope you're looking at how vascular everything is, and you're just enjoying yourself. I don't know. I hope steroids for everybody. They got such a bad rap, and
which, like how? Here's my thing. How did they get a bad rap when, like, Arnold Schwarzenegger is the face of steroids, and like you've never seen him have an outburst? He can't even like act that well being angry. Did you see Terminator? He has no expression. I'll be back. He has 2 lines. He's in character the whole time. We've never seen him publicly angry, except for the most angry we've seen him is in like Total Recall, and he wasn't even good at it. And he is like the poster boy for steroids.
Oh, that's such a good
Total
movie.
Recall is like high key. It's like amazing, but terrible at the same time. If you rewatch it, I rewatched it like 3 years ago.
I watched it like 6 months ago. It holds, bro. I don't know about that. Yeah, please don't bring that shit up. Like, I thought we were gonna like skip right over. Yes, with Colin Farrell as the titular character, but like it's just completely stupid and redundant. And there was like, when reboots like want to make themselves known that they're a reboot, like they're kind of like almost breaking the fourth wall. They're like, we know this is a reboot. The character's gonna reference this a few times. God. It was just, it was one of those, and it was not a good movie. Tons of CGI, which, I think that was part of the beauty of the first one, because it's so much practical effects. Like, there is maybe a dollop of CGI, at the end with the fucking weird pillars of the moon people, whatever, the Mars people, whatever the fucking are, the Martians. And that was it. But like, it was a fucking fire movie. I love that. Great. Like, oh god, I love that dude.
Arnold Schwarzenegger should have told us all to just get on the sauce. I'm honestly, I'm like 6 months away, honestly, at this point. Like, I just want to get it done, get it in my system.
Why are you 6 months away? Is it just because you can't find it? Because if you just
I can't afford it.
Ether. Okay.
How much are
steroids going for it?
Yeah,
how much are steroids going?
What are the numbers? What's the math?
What's the numbers like? What's the mathing?
What's the ticket?
I haven't like looked up into pricing, but it's more so the blood work around it that's expensive because it's like not covered by insurance. So like some of that blood work can be like $1,500.
Oh shit! Why do you need blood work?
I mean, here's the thing: I'm 6 months away, not in terms of me getting into a new tax bracket. I'm 6 months away into being sick of not being a god, and I'm just gonna get irresponsible. So
that's why bodybuilders like are just. You know what? That's something I think doesn't get talked about as much, is how broke bodybuilders are. Like, it is such a fucking shitty life. Yeah, because they're fucking spending every dime on being big. Food, energy, fucking clothes, like anything that has to do with, like, these guys go to coaches to see how to move when they compete. They're eating like fucking, like, we were making fun of Sasha for fucking 2 chicken fillets, but like that's literally like how like people who are competing eat. You know, they're like, oh, I'm gonna eat 6 fucking breast cutlets, and you're just like, I don't want to meet this person. This is gonna be terrifying to see. Like, and like, you know, I guess when those people get to that point, like they're not even eating for the joy of it. They're just eating because it's caloric and proteins.
I just want to be in the mind of C Bum, dude. Fucking Chris Bumstead. Oh my God, Chris Bumstead, dude. He's like a weapon, dude. Like, here's the thing, so like we don't live in the age where anyone has any kind of mystique, right? Like Chris Bumstead, by the way, is like 4-time Mr. Olympia, and he's only like 25. But the thing about Chris Bumstead is like nobody has any mystique. He has a YouTube channel. He's, you know, on Instagram, by the way, you know, whatever. But if you like watch his YouTube, he's so regular. He's like a nice, sweet Canadian man who has a lisp, but like he has these like moments. He has these like moments in time where like for example, there was like a video of like for example, like he has one video where he's like, he casually says he didn't cheat on his diet for 2 years straight. Who doesn't cheat on a diet for 2 years straight?
That's wild.
That's
And then, well,
crazy.
obviously he's Mr. Olympia. I think the prize for Mr. Olympia is like $4 million.
Wow.
But, and then there's like one video.
The vacuum? Is that what it's called?
You will just break
The vacuum where you suck your abs in. He didn't bring it back, but he's really great at it.
Oh, I thought he kind of brought it back from whatever stupid, like, you know, rabbit hole when you put me on to Pumping Iron. Like, I just fell into that world, and I realized that he was, like, bringing back some, like, kind of old aesthetics that were from, like, the 70s, which were kind of cool.
Vacuum.
Yeah, he's, well, right now, I mean, I don't want to bore the people with bodybuilding talk, but basically,
we literally have 2 bodybuilders that listen. So I think we're speaking to
yes, you are a
somebody.
bodybuilder. But there was kind of talks in like the bodybuilding space that like people were starting to look like freaks because there was like Ronnie Coleman and fucking, you know what I mean? Like people look like actual monsters, and everyone was like, oh, the art of bodybuilding is lost. And then here comes Chris Bumstead, who's like super aesthetic and looks like a drawing of Superman with his tiny, tiny little waist. Cause a lot of these guys, they get on a lot of sauce, and like, I forget what compound it is, but it gives you this like big gut, but it's like a big muscly roid gut, kind of like Liver King, but way bigger. Yeah. So a lot of guys on stage had that, and then, you know, these old school guys were like, oh, that's a disgrace. Like, they don't even look like good looking people. They're just like monsters.
Didn't Schwarzenegger get on a record about that? Like, he was like literally talking about like how awful it looked and how freakish these people have gotten to a point where it's just, it doesn't resemble anything of what it used to look like. Cause like, if you do watch that Pumping Iron film, cause I think it's free on YouTube. Like, if you haven't, it's a good watch. It is a good watch. It brings you into the life of these people. And it's such a cool look during the 70s where you're seeing how these like people sculpt these bodies. Even if you have no respect for the art going in, you have a ton of respect. Like, once you finish that movie, because you just like realize like even the foundation of what bodybuilding is.
It's so funny though, because you know, like lately people have been in the bodybuilding space talking about like the benefits of working out less, and it's like come out recently that like a lot of stuff in Pumping Iron, like about like their workout routines, wasn't true. A lot of these guys worked out like 3 days a week. But like they made it, they were like, we're in the gym like 7 days a week, 4 hours a day, because they had to sensationalize it for the movie. Arnold especially was doing that because he did want to be in movies eventually. So when he got on Pumping Iron, he was like, all right, I have to be like a personality on screen and say wild shit like I'm in the gym 4 hours a day, I work out 7 days a week. Yeah, that was a good accent, but it wasn't Arnold's.
That turned into a poo from The Simpsons. Like, that's like legit. You just told us to get out of the quickie mart, you
Imagine
piece of crap.
A poo.
Oh, I do. I feel like that happened. I feel like he did become.
You know, speaking of poo, which is better,
edible,
a slushie or a candy apple?
A slushie.
Number 2, edible.
Are you eating an edible right now?
Slushies? I'm eating 2. Slushies are king. Like, they're so good. Like,
yeah. Love a.
I feel like I'm taking the candy apple, honestly. I feel like the slushie gives you the brain freeze. It's way more calories.
No way.
I haven't had a slushie in like a year. Like, when's the last time I had a slushie for real? It's gotta been like 4 years.
A candy apple is like good on the first 3/4 of the bite. And then when you complete the bite, you get some of the flavors that mix, and you're like, this just isn't hitting the way it looked on the outside.
I'll tell you this.
You get one of those pretty ones where it's got the nuts on the outside.
Hell yeah.
You're going for the bite, and you're like, yes, sweet caramel.
My mouth doesn't fit around it.
Tart apple. And then they combine, and you're like, I'm about to spit this out. This shit
I just imagine you like going through a whole wave of emotions in one chew. You're like chewing it like
that's
like one chew every like 40 seconds. Like you're really analyzing. You got a really advanced palate over there, my guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What just happened?
That was me demonstrating.
Oh, that was your...
and my
wow.
emotions. Yeah.
I bought it. I thought something
What just happened?
I was like, what just happened? Did you just like swallow a fly or something? Like you just...
Oh, man. Imagine.
That's crazy. No. I can't imagine. Those listen, man, I don't know. Candy, like not those red candy apples, but the caramel apples go hard, bro. Ooh.
Nah, caramel apples are fire.
Like, I don't know. Caramel
is that what we're making tonight? Are we going to go make some caramel apples for some serotonin in this winter?
Yeah.
That might be the move.
So, you know, with Joni being a baker, Joni actually came up with a way for like the apples to be enjoyed better. She just sliced them and put them on a stick. So now you're not fucking struggling with a whole fucking apple.
That's another thing that's true. It's like mad hard.
Mad big. It's awkward. It's awkward. And what Sasha said, you take one bite and maybe two bites and you go like, wow, this is a lot to kind of finish. And then what do? You just leave it, and then it turns brown, and you never want that apple again. Yep. It's done. But if you have a slice,
I'll fuck with a brown apple.
Goes hard, so
I eat ass. I'll fuck with a brown apple.
I'm not fucking with it.
That just means it's been left out all day. That's weird.
Chill out.
Bro, you never listen. Okay, I know. Can I just say this? I know I'm not the only. Let's give some representation, right? I want all my people who go and buy produce because they want to be healthy. It goes bad, and you still fucking eat it. I want y'all to stand up. Oh, yeah. Because I know we've all been there at least 3 times a year where we're like, I'm gonna make a salad with plums and fucking pears.
When I start juicing,
and then you don't.
When I think I'm juicing again,
and then
like,
you don't.
Oh my god, I break out the juicer, and then I'm like, yo, we're about to juice. Everything's gonna be a liquid. I'm gonna do a liquid diet. We're gonna be healthy and energized, and we're gonna be great. I'm gonna get you some fucking local honey. I'm gonna be great. And then one bill later, like getting all that fruit, and you're like, God damn, why is this $100 for fucking beets and fucking carrots? What the fuck did I just do to myself?
I'll tell you this. I've probably eaten more rotten bananas than fresh ones in my life. Actually, fuck, I just realized I have apples in my kitchen right now. I did buy, look at that.
I said,
glad I remembered. And this,
show me your
I
knuckles.
forgot.
Show me
my
your
knuckles.
What did they say? Vagrant? Did they say vagrant anymore?
They said vagabond, but the vaga is now covered up.
But vagabond, he's a vagrant. That's what it is. He just admitted on the air that he's a vagrant. He's a vagabond. He eats rotten bananas, like in the corner.
No,
like,
I eat.
Do you rip it open,
shit I paid
or do you
for,
peel
dog?
it? Do you peel it? I feel like if you're gonna just eat a rotten banana, you just gotta like take it as it comes. Like if it's like the peel's almost off, like just like split it open.
What you gotta do? Listen. I'm gonna give you the sauce. You open it up.
Shake?
You could put it in the shake. That's a good one. Or you mash it up into a puree, sprinkle a little sugar on it, and you're fine.
That sounds good.
You're getting all your potassium in this rotten piece of fruit.
What's rotten to you? Does it have like mold? Like, because bananas are a little different, right? So bananas, you can literally have them black, and that's totally fine. Like they're gonna.
Oh yeah, no, they're actually sweeter. The sugar comes to the surface or something.
Yeah.
To quote Gen Z, that would be bussin'. Like, cause that will get you a chocolate chip muffin or with banana. And that is God's like pure recipe.
I've definitely eaten onions
banana
where
and
like
chocolate?
it was so sprouting a new onion.
But that's fine. That's not really bad. Like I'll do that. And those are spring onions then. You could literally just cut that off and start cooking with it. Like, you're fine, dude. You're gonna be good. Like, see, there's certain instances where people think that rot isn't really rot. Like rot to me is like literally like I put my finger and it's just like it doesn't have shape anymore. Like it's.
I'll tell you the grossest is spinach. I've definitely knew the spinach was fucking. This spinach was black, and I was like, you know what? I gotta figure out a way because I'm not wasting this shit.
It smells so bad.
Did you boil it or something? What did you do?
What did I do? I think this was in my spinach smoothie phase, so I think I just threw it in a smoothie and just let it be. I was fine. And so was my wallet.
Sure you were.
And so was my wallet. Yeah,
spinach can be expensive, bro.
Spinach can be expensive. Also, speaking of freezing, frozen bananas, fully a weapon. Have you ever frozen banana?
Yeah, I have.
I have bananas in my freezer right now.
Yeah.
I remember there was I saw some recipe for healthy ice cream, and this woman was like, you dice up bananas and then you put them in the freezer and then you put them in your food processor when they're frozen. But I just I don't know, was I high or something? I don't know. I just threw a full banana with peel on in the freezer, thinking, oh, I'm gonna cut this later, like a fucking moron. And I took it out and I was like, wait a second, I may have skipped a step here.
Fuck. I think I put the
That's the dumbest thing in the world. That's the best dumb thing that someone can do. Like literally, I should have peeled this. We should.
And then after that, you there's nothing really to do with it. You don't just leave it on your counter to
let it defrost.
Because if you leave it on your counter to thaw, that's where you leave your shame. So I was just I'm just gonna keep. So I had a frozen banana in my fridge for months. I was like, you know what, this is just gonna live here now because
yeah. Shout out to those containers of food that live in your fridge for 2-3 months. Shout out to them because you ignore them for all that time and depression kicks in and you just ignore it more. And then you slightly creep out of depression just long enough, like the groundhog. So shout out to Groundhog Day. And you think you're okay. And guess what? You're not.
Also, this is just a reminder to everyone now that we're talking about food. Clean out your fridge. Wipe down those shelves.
You have
I know
to.
they
you
need
really
it.
have to.
They need. If you've gotten this far in the episode and your fridge is dirty, you're disgusting. And I'm more disgusting because I'm recording the episode with a dirty fridge. So,
correct.
Correct.
We're
in this
container
together.
Of Chinese food in the back of your fridge. You really were never. You lied to yourself when you said you were going to eat it at work the next day. You just don't do that to yourself. I know we don't want to waste, and we're not asking you to waste, but it's been there for 6 months, and its name is Larry. Let it go.
Well, that's fine. Just put the Chinese food in the smoothie. Bananas and strawberries, dude. Just bananas, strawberries, and chow mein. Yeah.
Can you imagine just blending up an egg roll in there? It's just
whatever saves you $1 in this economy, my friend.
Oh man, egg rolls ain't $1 no more, bro. I don't know what you.
They are fucking not, dude. There's so many things that are no longer $1 that hurt me so much.
Yeah. I bought.
Also, can we just say now
that was crazy.
We're now in the back in my day era. Now it's back in my day, you can get a 24 ounce of soda for 50 cents. Now, where
you really could,
yeah,
really could, bro.
Dude,
that after school special was hitting. Dollar
bro,
pizza.
I remember
and a nut
My mom would give me $2 every day to buy school lunch, which, by the way, why are we buying school lunch? But that's a whole other conversation. But $2 every day. I said, fuck the school lunch. I would get a fucking 50-cent tropical fantasy soda, and then 8 different snacks. They were all a quarter, and that was my fucking day.
God. Bro, how amazing.
With $2? Hold on, can we just talk about that? $2 a day got me childhood obesity, bro. It don't bust like that no more.
It got you early diabetes, pre-diabetes. That's what it would get you. Because it goes crazy. And the inflation is at that point where it's oh fuck, but I don't know why we're in that day.
Quality, bro.
Even plantains, like plátanos, like a plátano used to be 10 for $1. What happened, bro? What happened?
Bro, I'm
paying 67 cents per plátano. That shit is hurting my soul, bro.
Here's my thing, bro. I'm not really big on chips. But twice a year, I'm damn, I could really use some sour cream and cheddar right now. I could really use that. I remember 2 months ago, I was at the gas station and I was it's sour cream and cheddar time. It's that time of the year. I don't know. I'm feeling it right now. I'm going for the 25-cent bag. 25 that I know, because I don't eat chips that often. So I'm thinking, this is a 25 cents. There's no way this went up in price. It was $1.25, bro. And keep in mind, by the way, that 25-cent bag used to hit when I was younger. I opened this bag up. It was like 7 chips in there, bro. It was air. Yeah. It was a bag of air and crumbs. It wasn't even full chips. If it was full, whole chips, I would have been like, you know what? Whatever. It was 7 chips that really amounted to 4 actual chips, bro.
Yeah.
I was sick.
Because like 2 of them are like chopped up and fucked up. No, listen, I get it. As a father of 2, leading a family of 4, we literally, we like our snacks. So, we go buy like one of those bag of chips. Everyone likes the one bag of chips. Cool. Fucking damn near $7 for a bag of Cheetos. Where did that happen? That shit was wild, bro. I was like, what the fuck? Where have we turned that we are spending almost a dime? I used to get weed with $10, and now I'm gonna spend the same for a bag of chips. Like, God damn it,
crazy,
bro. I went to buy a 2-liter of soda. It was $3.25. That shit used to be $1. That used to be buy 2 get 2 or $2 for 2.
Whatever.
Back in the day. Now it's $3 for diabetes. It's over $3.
It's over $3. And if you're in Philly, there's another tax because there's sugar tax.
As a New Yorker, that hurts me because I remember I used to be able to go fucking 10 miles on the fucking train for $2.
Yeah.
Free if I can fucking the card the right way.
What is it, $3.50 now?
I think it's only $2.75.
Yeah.
But also rent has doubled, so I mean something had to stay a little cheap. Rent has literally doubled since I left 10 years ago. Over 10 years ago, but still, like, yeah, it's nothing nice outside, bro. That flick you just did, that flick of the lighter. Remember when lighters were like $0.25?
Yo, dead ass, bro.
Yes. Yes.
Dead ass.
Yes.
I wish I was like smoking then.
I
so that could have been like normal because
that was not gas.
Now it's like when
damn well that wasn't gas.
I don't care. I would have been able to rack up on lighters for 50 cents as opposed to now. But I'm like, yo, let me get $2, and they're like, all right, yeah, that's $10, and I'm like, I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. It doesn't make any sense. I just asked for 2 lighters.
Bro, I bought a candle the other day. No, sorry, I ran out of lighters for my candles.
Candles are a racket.
I get my candles from the Dollar Tree, but they are gone in 5 seconds. They do not last very long. I don't listen. If anybody out there is a scientist on wax, let us know, because like, I don't know why certain candles burn faster than others, but them Dollar Tree candles, they go like they are. I'll say this. A Walmart candle still bust though. A Walmart candle, you can get some life out of that shit for like $7. $0 if you steal it. But them Dollar Tree candles, is good for like one night stand, bro. Like you can get the Dollar Tree candle that's like the size of a jar of peanut butter. That's gonna last you just the evening. Don't expect that for extra events. It's not happening.
It really isn't. And they're gonna be the wackest scent. Like they're gonna be like cinnamon bun, or no, that doesn't. I hate candles that smell like food. Like don't do that to me. I don't need any like those like vanilla gingerbread or fucking peppermint stick up your ass. Like none of that shit.
You know what pissed me off, bro?
I hate those.
Starburst has a candle line now.
Why?
That's ridiculous.
Fuck you. Ridiculous. Go back to Lip Smackers or some shit, you piece of shit. leave
it to the boys at Glade, motherfucker. Don't you dare enter this game.
Don't. I will check you. Can you imagine like the conversation? Probably Glade is probably making them, honestly. Like if we're being real, their factory GC Pacific or whatever it is.
They're probably owned by the same company.
Yeah, they all make the same thing.
Probably own Starbucks.
Well, I mean, every company is owned by one guy.
Yeah.
When are we gonna kill Larry Fink? By the way, do you know who Larry Fink is?
Hold on.
Is that the BlackRock guy?
Yeah, he's the guy. He's the person who owns everything. BlackRock is a company that owns. They are the major shareholder of every company that exists, and it's owned by one guy named Larry Fink.
Hey, what's that behind you, Sasha?
There's a red dot on your head, bro.
What the fuck is that?
Is there a red dot on my
Your
head?
FBI agent just...
No.
I got scared for a second. I wasn't on the camera. I was like, wait a second. Bro, you can't say shit like that. My whole wall is windows, bro.
I'm sorry.
That is the funniest shit. Thank you. If you haven't checked out the YouTube, right now is a good time, because if you just saw that, just Sasha like literally panic for 5 seconds, it's worth you subscribing and hitting that bell for notifications and hitting all the likes out there, because
it's funny too, because I didn't even like duck for real. I just like leaned over in front of a computer monitor as if a fucking sniper rifle, as if this HP monitor right here next to me is gonna stop a sniper rifle.
It's gonna have enough like ballistic proof like material that it's gonna deflect it like Superman for you. You just said, "All right, boys, I'm back." He's
like
chewing the head
Packard
like
makes tanks.
That would be way better if we're being honest. I mean, technically they do, right? Like, aren't all like UAV drones like done by like IBM or something? Like, you know, like, so yeah. You know what? Shout out to them too. I guess, you know, killing.
It's fine. I'll tape a bunch of Nokia phones to the back of this monitor in case I have to block a bullet.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I thought you were going to use that as a like as an explosive device.
No, it's going to be Nokia phones and frozen bananas.
2 batteries.
Frozen banana bulletproof vest.
That's a pipe bomb. Like you just put like shards of bananas and just light that shit. Oh my god, people would just be completely impaled or have like slices like shurikens in their head.
You know what's crazy? You know, I don't know what, listen. Let me ask you. Is it my brain or is it society, the fact that I just thought just now that there's definitely a video of somebody masturbating with a frozen banana somewhere in the world? Like,
yeah.
Is it my brain that did that, or like is that a realistic thing that I could probably look up right now?
I think
frozen banana masturbation.
Yeah, I think you can
find that certainly right now.
Really,
like
really easy.
Could be a whole category.
Yeah, you know what? Frozen fruit.
How do vaginas react to cold things inserted in them?
Depends on who it is.
Do you remember that condom, bro? The icy hot condom?
Yeah, that was wild and disgusting. That was disgusting. I hated that shit.
Yeah, I used those once on an ex from, what year is it? We're in 2013. Maybe like 12 years ago. We used it once and she was like, she just like politely said, I didn't like that, but I didn't really get like an elaborate review. I personally thought it was weird. It was just like a breeze on my crotch. The fire portion of it never really came. It was just all icy. It felt like Ben Gay.
Yeah, that was kind of the experience there, and they had the lube that did the same, and that was weird too. Like, listen, I'm kind of a believer in you really shouldn't like have to add that much. Like, you know, some things are just classic for a reason. Like you don't need to put like maybe a desensitizing anal lube would be appropriate, but you don't need to come up with pina colada, like fucking
no,
pina colada, like dick wrappings or fucking lube.
As far as like scents and like flavors, keep that out of my lube. But please, I will always love a ton of lube. I love oily, sticky.
Lube is great. There's nothing. Dude, I have a perfect review. Water,
oh my god, dude! That porn site, lubed. That porn site, lubed.com, where they have the girls just oiled up. And what they do is, and I love it so much. They get it's like a condiment dispenser, but it's full of oil. I don't know what the oil is, but I need to find out because I love when they just squirt it on asses. Like that was literally nuts. I love a shiny woman.
For years I dreamed about that. I don't know why. I wanted that fucking keg with oil. Like I thought that would be like such a fucking badass thing to have. Like just be disgusting. And everyone just hold on, baby. I just gotta oil you up and oil us, because can you imagine like 2 oily people having sex? That's nice.
I don't have to imagine. I've done
spin
that.
you just spin around. No, I mean, I've never been the one that's like completely oiled up. So I don't know what that is. And I don't particularly, I have hair, so I'm not too smooth. So I feel like I would like feel like a penguin really quickly.
I mean, I feel like you should be oiled up. I feel like you should be oiled up non-sexually. Your house has got some dry air in it, my friend. You might want to just grease up, keep yourself young.
I'm moisturized, you know.
Get a humidifier, dude. Get a humidifier, you know. Open those pores.
I have a Cool Mist. I have a Cool Mist humidifier that goes on every night. It is really nice. I also put in some pleasant things like eucalyptus essential oils just to give us a little extra breathing, you know, when we're feeling shitty.
What I want you to do next time is put some fire and ice lube in there and see what the room smells like.
Oh my god! But everybody's just like, "What the fuck is that?" Made by Durex. Like,
just everybody's eyes start watering, and they're like, "Why is it so cold? My eyes are burning."
Daddy, that's just terrible. We don't need any of that. Like, that is like the worst idea. Like, please don't put. Do they even sell that shit anymore? Did it? It's KY.
I feel like they definitely do. I feel like I don't know. Let me look it up.
I feel like I've seen it.
I feel like I've seen it the last time I buy condoms on Amazon, so I don't really know now.
Yeah. You know, who is the person that's buying lube and condoms at like your grocery store nowadays? Because Joni
niggas who are
that.
trying to fuck right that second.
Joni did that. She went into Walmart and she bought lube, and it was like a giant bottle of lube. I was like, yo, like, could you be like she's like, it was a good price. I was like, why are you like, what? Who? Bro, that's like 25 ounces. Like, all right. I get the message now.
Well,
like,
first of all, define good price. Like, what, 25 ounces? For how much are we talking here?
I don't remember. I think it was probably like $4 or some shit like that. It was a good price.
Oh,
like,
that's a steal. I'm with Joni on that one.
Yeah.
Or
it was a better price.
You could have just got straight mineral oil.
Does that work nicely? I feel like
I've never used it.
Or silicone lubes.
I've never used mineral oil internally. That's more for just a massage because I wasn't fucking that day. But I think that's what they use it on lube.com. Yeah. So I have no idea. I'm more of a coconut oil fan. Not. It's all natural.
They're definitely using a good old baby oil. They're not using anything else.
Baby oil is
they're not
mineral
even
oil.
using it as oil.
Baby oil is the primary component in baby oil is mineral oil. The thing about baby oils though is a lot of them have like fragrances.
And they smell disgusting.
Which, by the way, I don't like.
They smell beautiful.
No, they don't.
No, babies should smell like. Listen, I don't like kids, but babies should just smell like babies sometimes. Like, you don't have to put like lavender on a child.
Well, you really
like maybe like. Yeah, like
baby
also like
this mother. I don't give a shit what.
Babies smell good, but like. Babies smell good in like the 5 minutes they're clean. They're gonna get like spaghetti sauce in their hair in 20 seconds. Like, you don't need to put lavender oils. They smell good for years because they literally don't do like when they're just like blobs. They're not doing anything. Like, they're just like, or they can barely hold a bottle. They just smell great. Like, you're just like, like every 15 minutes. Just I don't know about great, but you are the king of fathers.
I just
like what baby smells like is like, oh, it's a baby. Like, you don't. This doesn't need. Tea tree oil on it. Like, I don't know why the baby oils have like fragrances.
Tea tree oil on your baby. Please don't put tea tree oil on your baby. She's
no tea tree oil on your baby. Only fire and ice lube.
Made by KY. This is sponsored by KY. Yeah, you know what? That's crazy. Please.
What if like we saw like I imagine like I'm gonna get on TikTok and just it's gonna be like, by the way, like fire and ice lube prevents diaper rash, and you're like, wait, what? Those comments would go crazy.
That. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing
no lube on babies unless it's on their forehead to baptize them a little bit.
You know, I always laugh at what like what people throw their arms up about, and and it's always a new thing every day. Have you guys caught The Last of Us so far? Excellent show.
I have not.
By the way,
I've heard it was amazing.
I suggest everyone no spoilers. Can I just no nothing.
Interject real quick? I'm pussy, bro. I have the second one. I haven't played it because I live alone.
Okay, I get it. I get it.
The first one I played because I had like a roommate, so like I could hear him upstairs. So I was like, all right, somebody's here. I'm good. Beat the first one. But the second one, actually, no, wait, do I have the second one? No, I'm sorry. I don't have the second one. I didn't play the second part of the first one because my roommate moved out. Like once you beat the game, you get to play as Ellie, whatever. Spoiler alert for that 10-year-old game. But, when you beat the game, you get to play as her. And I just didn't do that part because, he moved out and I was terrified.
I get it. It's that's probably not the scariest game. It does have some elements. But like real Fatal Frame. You ever played that one?
First of all, you have no right to say what a scary game is. You live with 96 people. Your house is always loud. Okay. Okay. You have protection. All right. I'm out here alone.
Protection.
The only thing I have is the Indian college girls next door who party occasionally. And my walls are still pretty thick. Them over. Wait, hold on. Can I hear them? Yes, they're definitely having a conversation right now. If I really pay attention, I can hear them. But most of the time I can't.
So invite them over. Just when you play the game, be like, hey, listen, I just want somebody to sit there. That way if I jump, I'm not.
Imagine that happened to you.
That was scary, right? Just
when I hear noises, I'll know it's you.
Could you imagine somebody knocks on your door and they're just like, bro, I really want to play Last of Us. Can you play with me? And imagine you go sure. And they're like, okay, cool. Do you have a PS5? Because I kind of want to play it here.
I kind of want to play here. You got a really nice vibe. And is that LED lights under your couch? And it's just you walk in.
Is that a live, laugh, love sign? This is a warm home. Can I join you? What's for dinner?
It's what's for dinner. I would like that. I think that's a good way to make friends. I think you should. If you're scared of a video game,
when was the last time you hung out with a man your age? When was the last time you hung out with a guy your age?
Last week? Not alone. I was at the other week. It was my son's birthday party. I was with Bang Bang. We hung out. We had a man-to-man for hours. It's been a little while, sure, but
I worry about you. You're up there by yourself in the middle of nowhere. I just making sure you're getting your social interactions in outside of this podcast.
I think I have to be forced into it because I'm being asked to possibly join the PTA. And I think I'm
PCA
have
is
to do
ass,
that.
dude.
It is, but that means they'll shut it. Apparently, the people who are in the PTA are going to be leaving their seats, and if there's nobody that does anything, none of the parents step up, there's zero PTA.
Well, PTA might be a vibe for you because I was never in the PTA, but I have gone to school meetings, whatever, and there was one where I was far and away the youngest parent in there. And this was when my daughter, it was what was it? First grade, second grade, something like that. And there was just an intro thing. And it was just me, my baby moms, and her wife at the time. And I was sitting there damn, we are babies in this room. All these parents of 6-year-olds are 40. This is kind of weird.
Yeah.
At the time I was 30. How old? Yeah, I was 31. So there's everybody was clear in a decade besides this one cool white couple that had a bunch of tattoos and the guy had an emo bang, and I was just I want to punch you. You might be my age, but I want to fight you with everything in me.
I may have punched you before.
Probably.
I think I want to do it again.
I might have.
I'll say this. I am definitely the coolest person in my son's class as far as a parent. All these nerds just don't even talk to each other. Millennial parents are so different. They just literally everyone frozen in a corner, in their phone, deaf scrolling just for hours because they have no understanding of human interaction. Literally zero is so different.
I'm going to give you a tip, and you probably already do this. But pick your outfits wisely at these PTA meetings. I need you to signal boost, right? I need you to wear a Kirby t-shirt, Zelda. Yeah. I need you to wear something that engages the nerdy, the cool nerd, not the antisocial nerd, the gamer nerd. I need you to wear some Last of Us gear, maybe something something that's out. I know you have a Pokemon t-shirt somewhere.
I do. I'll wear a blazer. I'll wear a Pokemon blazer.
Do a little peacocking, with these PTA.
I will.
Make yourself a little friend. Make yourself some friends out there, man.
I always look cool, and I do pay attention to my outfits when I'm around my kids' parents. My kids' parents' parents? I don't know, his classmates' parents. So I pay attention because, it is a little, everyone's got to it's a fucked up thing to be a part of. Don't do this to yourself, right? Don't do this to yourself. Crazy. And I'm going to tell you something, the rabbit hole that happened to me. So we had a birthday party at my house, because we found one of those video game trucks. Like we rented something that literally just has like 15 like screens and like every system possible. And it's like lights and all kinds of cool shit, right? So we rented it. We thought it was cool. And it was awesome. But the stress of cleaning your house to a point where you're like, I can't be embarrassing. For weeks is not advisable. Not advisable for anybody. Cause you don't realize how fucked up your place looks like until you have like, 20 of your kids classmates come by and their parents and they're, everyone's just like, no one was looking at our baseboards, but we were like literally awful. Did not like that feeling.
Oh, listen. One thing I love about TikTok and really just social media in general, it's showing us that we're all falling apart. All right? Like nobody's house is clean. Nobody knows how to fit in. Bro, the amount of TikToks I've seen about people like, how in the fuck do you do dishes every day? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I have to pick my own meals.
You just don't.
And
that's true.
I
do not.
You just don't.
I got
like I said,
I use the dishwasher a lot. Bro. I do the dishwasher a lot.
Having to pick your own meals.
Forever.
That's what I'm saying. People act like I'm crazy because I eat the same shit. People act like I'm crazy for eating the same shit every day.
For eternity.
Like,
no one. Well, ideally, if you're an independent person,
I have 3 pairs of pants, Doug. I have 3 pairs of pants. I don't have the mental energy for anything, bro. I have 3 pairs of pants. All my t-shirts are black and I fucking eat the same 4 things. And that's what keeps me sane.
Want to hear something sad? I have 1 pair of jeans. That is due to me losing a dramatic amount of weight. But I have not even put the thought behind like going to the store and buying a pair of jeans, and not because like
you want to hear something equally sad,
but I don't know what I fit in, so I have to like put my fucking legs and fucking ass in something to double check now. Fucking hate.
Want to hear something equally sad, possibly even more sad? So I have 3 pairs of jeans. 1 blue, 2 black. Right. I wanted a 4th pair of pants. This was about a year and a half ago. I found these like really nice Dickies at Walmart that like just, they're baggy, but if you like cuff them the right way, it's like a really good look, right? But they're like vinyl or whatever the fucking material is that Carhartt uses or Dickies, whatever, right? So whatever it's called. So I was like, this material wrinkles. Now, here's the thing. This is the sad part. An iron, you can get an iron for like $15. Yeah. Ironing boards are like 30, 35. It doesn't make sense. So I have never worn those pants because I refuse to buy a fucking ironing board.
Do you not have a flat surface? Do you not have a flat surface?
I have my dude, I live in a studio apartment. I have my floors.
Right. So use the floor.
I'm not gonna fabuloso. I'm not gonna put my pants on the floor, press into them with steam, and then wear them.
Why not? Put a sheet between it.
I got a fabuloso in here first. You know what I mean?
So do that. Put a towel down. You'll be good. You'll be good money. Bro, I've done it in every situation. You could do it on your bed. Don't you have a bed?
I hate doing that.
You could literally iron it on your bed.
I feel like it's unsafe for some reason. Something about my brain's not clicking on that one. I don't know.
Because you could literally put another fabric like a towel and iron, and nothing's going to happen because of the kind of fabric that you're ironing on. It's really you're going to iron all that shit out, bro. As somebody who wore Dickies as like a personality, I have understood how to iron my Dickies and my khakis anywhere that I have to, because the look has got to be crisp when you're wearing that. I went to California once and I took that one style with me forever. I'm gonna die with khaki. I love like a good fucking like Dickies or like a fucking good fucking khaki. Man, there's nothing better. Like, those are good. Like the jean, like that color. Damn. That's what I want. That's what I'm going to leave you with, guys. That's what I'm going to leave you with. Tan.
And that's what we're going to leave you with. If anybody wants to cash at me for an ironing board, though.
No. You can do it for an ironing board. You can buy like one for like,
on Cash App.
I think there's one on Amazon that's like a tabletop one. Like you literally just prop it up and it's like the cheapest one that you can get out there. And you'd be good. You'd be good money. Come on, bro.
I won't let capitalism destroy me. But follow me on Instagram at thin.cruel.lips, and TikTok at thin.cruel.lips, and follow at NMT Pod on Facebook, at National Meat Treasure on TikTok, and at National Meat Treasure on Instagram, and TROPJ on Cash App. If this one more time, TROPJ. If you made it this far in the episode, you owe me money because we've been doing this for free for a very long time.
So long. Yeah, I think it's a good time for everyone to have good fun. I don't know, bro. I got nothing. I hope everyone has a good day. I hope you keep checking in. Comment. I don't know what people are saying anymore.
Let Joey do his outro.
There was some wild. No, I'm not going. I'm leading up to letting Joey, and now Joey, take it away. Kick back
Follow
that
me
blue
on
moon.
TikTok and Instagram at Saint Thrillah. There's like an H at the end of that. Some people forget that. It's really not important.
Never forget the H.
I've kind of been thinking about kind of like doing like kind of like softly dropping the Saint thing, but at the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter. You'll find me at Saint Thrillah on TikTok and Instagram, and
artist formerly known as
the Saint of Thrillers. That's all I got. That's all I want to say.
Shout out to Cooper's Gym. You owe us $25.
Wait. I want to shout somebody out. I want to shout out Hanny Berry. She is a listener and a fan who messaged me today and, told me she was a big fan of the pod. I asked her, hey, how'd you come across our podcast? And she said she found Sasha on TikTok. She's a follower of his.
The thirst follow.
And then she, saw a funny clip of ours, went to our podcast page, and she says she's a huge fan. She's from the UK, so
we're a huge fan of you. We're a huge fan of you.
Inter-fucking-national.
Hanny Berry, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Greetings from across the pond.
Please don't do that. Like, we're gonna lose her immediately.
She's a black woman.
Please. You know what? Message all of us. I don't know. Say some. Do something. Yeah. Let us know you. Let the other two know that you exist because we want to say hi and what's up because that's cool.
He said message. No, don't message me.
No, I message Thrillah all day.
No, you were like message us, and you were like, you know what? Message the other two. Don't message.
No, I said message us, all of us. I said I'm okay.
Yeah,
okay.
No, stay the fuck out my DMs.
Send Thrillah nudes, all of them,
please.
Or me. I haven't.
Yeah.
No, don't send me nudes.
To Sasha.
Send him feet pics.
Don't send me nudes.
Send him feet pics.
Podcast.
Send me pics of your frozen bananas.
Your frozen banana. Your homemade explosive with frozen bananas.
Of the front and back.
Your pressure cooker bananas. Oh fuck, this is getting terrible. It has been the National Meat Treasure. You guys have a great night. Morning. Bye-bye.
Man, I'm on this 03 baby timing, man. Hey, yo, Thrillah, man, what we doing, gang? Hunters coming and make sure that paper going all around. I ain't trying to